everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying an author routine. I would like this to become a series and try out multiples of my favorite authors just to see what helps me write, what works best, what routines with my work schedule, regular work schedule, and to better stick to my writing and get more done. So today I'm going to be doing Sarah J. Maas, the New York Times bestseller. I don't even know how many books she has out, like 16 or something. I'm going to be trying her writing routine. Yes, I know she's all over Book Talk, but she's quickly became one of my favorite writers. And not just her books. The more I learned about Sarah J. Maas and her personality and who she is as a person, the more I feel like kindred to her, the more I click with her. First things first, I have my Aelin Galantheus Fireheart t-shirt on, one of my favorite characters of SJM's. SJM is known for wearing a very comfy outfit during her writing days, and I can totally get down for this. I'm taking my Sunday to do this routine to try it out, so wearing yoga pants and a big comfy fandom t-shirt, of course I had to choose an SJM one, is an ideal way to spend my Sunday, quite honestly. Oh, also for the record, I am not colorblind. I understand that my yoga pants are blue. Sarah does go on record saying she wears like the same black pair of like spandex stretchy pants. They're like yoga pants. She has multiple pairs of them. I had a pair of black ones since like college, and they recently just like finally got some holes in them, so I had to get rid of them. So now I just have blue ones. I'm not colorblind, I promise I know how to match. So I just have to wear my comfy blue ones, and eventually I will buy more black ones. For her routine, I've watched some interviews, I listened to some podcasts to just kind of source it out. This might be dated in some ways because of when these like source files came out. It's been a while. She's probably changed her routine up a little bit, but this is the information I have on it, so it's what I'm going to follow. Sarah starts the day with a very particular breakfast. 3 slices of turkey bacon, a glass of orange juice, I believe hers is freshly squeezed, I just have store-bought, a cup of black tea. I'm gonna swap that out with coffee because I'm a caffeine fiend. I love it. I own a coffee shop, come on. I do like tea, but I usually save that for the afternoon. And then a glass of water, which, you know, is gonna be really good for me because I'm terrible at drinking water. She meditates 3 times a day, apparently. I'm going to be swapping this out. The first morning meditation, instead I'm going to be walking my dog. I'm going to consider that like a morning meditation kind of a deal. I think I will do a proper meditation in the afternoon before I start to write. And then in the evening, to make sure I get my steps in, since I'm going to be spending a lot of time sitting and writing today, I think I'm going to go for a walk on the trail. And I also need to make sure my doggy gets exercise. So I think that's a good balance for us. Walking meditations is what I'm going to call it. I used to be super into meditation, actually. Call me a cliche, but when I lived in Japan, I think this was also an early 20s thing, and I don't like knock it. Like, meditation can be very good, and it wasn't really great for me at that time in my life, but I think other forms have been more helpful for me. So I actually used to get up in the morning before work, and I had incense and everything, and I would meditate. I think I got up to like 10 minutes of meditation, and I found it really relaxing. As a person in their young 20s who was living abroad by themselves, I think that helped to center me. And then I kind of noticed, like, as I started to fall off, I think that was around like COVID, I think I started to swap that out with walking a lot more. I've always had some form of meditation, and walking meditation is also really popular in Japan. For those of you who don't know, in my undergrad years, almost every year I ended up getting some kind of internship or grant or opportunity or study abroad to go over to Japan, and then I ended up teaching English in Tokyo for 2 years after I graduated college. It was a really formative time. I loved it. In the end, I learned it wasn't quite for me. Like, I felt like a tourist all the time, but that's a different story. Anyway, meditation, let me get back on track. I did actually end up doing a really cool meditation experience with monks in Kyoto. Like, there are different forms of Buddhism and meditation where that stems from. And I went on a trip to Kyoto with one of my friends for a birthday, because we both had October birthdays. And it was a type of meditation where they will actually like whack you with a stick if they notice you're not focusing, but because it was like a tourist experience, meditate with monks, you had to like raise your hand before they would come and whack you. They weren't just gonna come whack random civilians, which I appreciated. I tried it once. I think they were definitely being gentle on us. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't actually hurt that much. Maybe it's just like a light tap to get you to refocus again, because you can easily fall asleep when you meditate. Anywho, meditation aside, I will try for the first time in years this afternoon to meditate just like SJM does. And then I will go work out like she does at the gym. I'll do a quick little weight training session. I'll have some lunch, and then I'll get ready to write. So normally something SJM does before she starts writing is she will, the night before, just jot down what scenes she's been thinking of, what she wants to write. The other day I did start writing a scene and I stopped kind of in the middle of it. So I do have a place where I can pick up where I left off and just focus on that. Typically tries to hit 1,000 words every writing session. I'm pretty confident she hits that easily every day. I think it's a really good baseline goal though. Every time I sit down and write, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 words, but I've been nicer to myself and realizing with my schedule, if I want to get this book done, it's okay if I sit down and only get 200, 500 words. That's what happened the other day. I think I only hit like 500 words, but that's okay. The book is still getting written, it's getting done. But today, I'm so excited that I have like a whole afternoon blocked out where I can just write. I'm going to try and hit that 1,000-word goal at least, maybe more. Once Sarah wraps up her day of writing, it sounds like she ends the day with a bath and a book or a movie. So that sounds super ideal. I love taking baths. I find them super relaxing. Every time I take a bath, I sleep like a rock. I can just like sit in that warm, cozy bath. And yes, it's summertime, but it's still super relaxing. So I think that's gonna be my day. It sounds like a good Sunday to me, and I'm excited. Let's see how it goes. Finished up with breakfast. I've submitted an order for the coffee shop as part of my admin tasks. My thoughts are, I think that would make a good like weekday breakfast since it's like simple and quick. I had to add a salad to it because as someone who loves breakfast, especially on a Sunday, I was kind of disappointed. Like in my head I was like, oh yeah, that's really easy, that's really simple, cool. But I love breakfast, so to not have like a bigger breakfast on a Sunday made me kind of sad. I did have to add a salad to it, and I'm glad that I did, because I think the point is like it's small and it's easy and it's light, and I just have been obsessed with putting olive oil and salt and pepper on my salads, and oh my gosh, so good. Highly recommend. I still have my water and most of my coffee. Yes, I am still a little hungry, but I still have liquids. I feel like her breakfast is mostly just filling her tummy with liquids. I am someone who is chronically underhydrated. I definitely struggle to drink enough water during the day. So having a glass of water with breakfast is really good. I devoured my juice just because I think I just like sugary sweet things. And I normally drink coffee every day. I'm totally down for Sarah J. Maas's beverage goblin morning routine. It's especially nice when you're doing computer work and you're at your desk to just have beverages within reach. I think I haven't done this before because I'm nervous to have this many liquids around all my electronics, but if I have one cup, what's two more. The black coffee. Normally SJM has, I think, like an English breakfast tea or an Earl Grey, some kind of black tea I remember hearing about. I do like tea. I don't have an Earl Grey or an English breakfast at the moment, but I do have some Chinese black teas. I might drink one of those in the afternoon. Most of the time in the morning I drink coffee. During the weekday I would normally have more computer stuff to do. Technically I do have computer stuff I could be doing besides this order for the coffee shop, but because it's Sunday, my admin tasks are probably gonna look a little bit different, like getting us around for the week, getting us set for the week. In terms of food, I like to do a lot of at-home cooking. It's about 10:30 right now. To keep on Sarah's schedule, that means I need to go work out at noon. So if I can get those weekly tasks done, like I want to make oat milk, I want to get some sourdough started. I try and make homemade bread every week. Oat milk, I like the taste of my homemade oat milk better. I just started doing this a few weeks ago, and it does save quite a bit of money because oats are very, very cheap and it's super easy to make. On top of that, I have some fruit I need to use up. I recently made some homemade Pop-Tarts and those were super good. And we're more of an ingredient household, so the more like little sweet treats and snacks I can have around, the better for later. And if I put sourdough in my Pop-Tarts, I feel a little less bad about them. Now I'm gonna go back into the kitchen. I'm gonna get some of those weekly tasks done. I'm gonna call those my admin for today. Ooh, hold on. Before I go into the kitchen, I just remembered I need to double check the coffee shop's schedule. So I'm gonna do that, make sure that's all good. And try and finish my water and my coffee. Now I'm like chugging my coffee because that's who I am. And the water, of course, is going to be the last thing I finish. Alright, so the last thing that I am going to do is my sourdough starter. I actually made this one myself last year. The sourdough is not as complicated as people like to let on, and it's not as high maintenance as people like to let on. This is not Sarah J. Maas related at all. This is more my own routine, but I do consider this my weekend admin stuff for our groceries, kind of restock. I think this is my Midwest roots coming in. I am from central Illinois in the countryside. I have lived in Chicago and I've lived in Tokyo and Nagoya, and that's definitely changed the fabric, I suppose, of my character. If I have any kind of countryside Midwest roots, it is my love for baking, cooking from scratch, and there's definitely been a revival in that. I also love sourdough just because it is like a really gut-friendly bread, and it's really affordable and it's really easy. So I'm gonna do that really quick, feed my sourdough, and then I'm gonna go work out, and then we'll go back on, you know, Sarah's regular routine. Alright, it is 1:18 exactly. I have the gym, I have eaten lunch, I had to have a short chat with my partner. But now I'm going to do a patient that Sarah does before I enter into my writing for the afternoon. Because it has been a long time since I've meditated, I'm probably just gonna do like a minute meditation. Earlier I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, maybe 5, maybe 3, but you're not supposed to do like a long period of meditation when you haven't done it. You're supposed to build up slowly, and it's been a long time since I've done it, so we're just gonna go with a minute. I am in my little office area. Normally Sarah J. Maas like holds herself up. The best I can do is his desk is on that side of the apartment and mine is we're here. Another thing SJM does is she likes to set the mood when she writes, so I'm going to do that in a similar way. She says she listens to movie soundtracks. I don't know which ones exactly, but I've seen a video talking about her inspiration for a.k.a. and she said she was listening to a Princess Mononoke soundtrack, and I know she likes anime, so I'm thinking I'll listen to Princess Mononoke or like Ghibli, because the scene I'm in the middle of writing isn't really Princess Mononoke soundtrack vibes. If you're familiar, it's very tense, sometimes tribal, or dramatic, hunter-esque sounds. That's not. It's literally like a dinner conversation scene that I am writing. So I might go for the comfort of another Ghibli film, like Kiki. Totoro can be really calming. Porco Rosso maybe. One of those. It's adjacent to what she listens to. And then I think I'm gonna find a candle and light that, because I've heard that if you associate a certain smell with your writing, it can help you like click into the zone. And I haven't done this before. I'm not like Pavloved into this, conditioned into this yet. But I think today would be a cool way to set that scene and start that. Okay, my candle is lit. I've never struggled so much in my life to light a candle. But it's lit. I have my tea. I'm about to get my Ghibli tunes going, and we're gonna write for a bit. A good ending spot for this chapter. We'll see when I come back to it in draft 2. Now at 6,867 words for the project. So I'm happy with that. It's progress. It's better than the 3,000 words I was at before the last time I updated you guys, so it's exciting. I do have 80,000 words for the target, but like I said, I'd be happy with 50,000 for like a novella. But we'll see where this goes. I'm trying to think if I want to write a little bit more today, or I'm going to take a little break and get a snack and then do a bit more writing. Alright, so it's time for a little snack break. Tina. She wants a snack too. Not for you. So all I can think all day from breakfast is that I am so hungry. Yes, thank you, baby doll. I think if this was my schedule every day and I was sitting a lot and doing a bunch of writing, it makes sense. It's perfect. Like, it's a really good breakfast to start your metabolism, and then you go work out at noon. I also don't know what SJM eats for lunch or dinner, and I don't know if she snacks or anything. I just had a salad, like some ham and burrata, yum, and tomato and cucumber, and it felt like a pretty big salad, but still it's just like salad. So I'm gonna have a snack. But also SJM, she's like snatched. She looks good. It's also a really comfortable but productive routine. It's only 3:13 and I stopped riding around 2:30. I went and got my snack. I took the dog out, played with the dog a little bit. Now we're having this little update. I can see how if you are motivated to keep riding until at least like 5 o'clock or into the night, how she is flying through so many novels a year, like 2 a year for a while. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my snack since I'm very hungry. I have a Twix, and that is because in my research I found out that SJM really likes Millionaire shortbread. Millionaire shortbread is basically Twix, so my partner and I are going to share some of this from my snack because I'm so hungry right now. Like I can't focus on writing anything because I'm so hungry. And then I'll keep writing. Writing update. So it is 5:30 now. I have just finished another chapter. So I just did chapters 3 and 4. We're very much in like the intro, meet characters kind of section. Seeing his daily life. I have written 2,236 words for the day. I'm really happy about that. 2 chapters, over 2,000 words. That means that I have just under 8,000 words for my manuscript so far. In addition to all those words, I created a new setting and I created the cast of friends for my main character. This is something I've been thinking about in the back of my head. How are we going to show this, especially because it's an older person. So normally how you would share your character's like daily life, daily routine is probably like work, if they're an adult, or if they're a kid, what is high school like for them. I just had a hard time thinking about this because it's an old person who's retired. That means that they could be spending their day in a myriad of ways, and I think I figured it out, so that was good. And it feels like the friends kind of popped up out of nowhere. As I was sitting down to write this, I was staring at a blank page and I was just like, I don't know. And now they feel very solid. They're still like side characters. Like, they're not going to be in much of the story, but they're still important to showing this side of the character. Sorry, I'm getting all these messages about scheduling for the coffee shop. Anyway, now that it's like 5:30, 5:40, I am not sure if I'm going to do any more writing today. We're gonna go get dinner. We have a couple errands to run that I didn't know about, but you know, that's how it goes. It's good things, good projects. And then I need to check my step count. Okay, so I'm at 5,382 steps for the day. I have been trying to get 10,000 steps a day. Hopefully I will be able to come back and either go for a walk on the trail or I guess around town. The trail closes at dusk. If I usually don't get my steps during the day, I will just walk around town at night because it's a fairly safe small town, especially when I have the dog. I feel okay. And that walk is something I will be doing instead of SJM's third meditation.